Hello, welcome to SMT Call. Today we are going to solve the day 14 of September lead code challenge. So today's problem name is house robber. So let's try to understand the problem first, then we will try to design solution for the same. Okay, so you can see that, so you can think like we will be given one integer array, right? Array of integers. So basically an integer value will is the value of the money for that particular house. So suppose you rob this house, you earn one money, okay, but if you rob the second house, you will get two, like this. But we need to find out the total maximum number of money you can rob. Okay, so there are some condition also. The condition is you cannot rob two house simultaneously, right? So suppose you rob the house 0, you can't rob house 1. You can rob house 2 because there is a difference of 1, like this, okay, and you can also rob this house. But if you rob this second house, you can't rob the third one, right? So this is the condition. Okay, so let's try to design solution for the same. So basically the main constraint or main thing that we need to keep in mind that we can't pick two values simultaneously, right? So we need to pick it. Difference should be -1 at least. So if I am going to pick this 2, I cannot consider this value, right? Or if I am going to pick this 3, I can't consider this one, but I can consider this one, right? So this is the problem. So there are multiple ways to solve this. So we can use basic dynamic programming approach here. So how we can do that? So probably we can take one new array, and for the initial day I know that I can earn only 1 at max. So suppose my array is only 1, then I can earn only one value, right? So in that case it will be 1 for the second day. So for the second day I have two options, right? I can rob for that particular day, then I can't consider the previous day. And the second option is that I can't skip whatever I had earlier. I am going to continue with that only, right? So whatever is the maximum profitable, we are going to take that. So we will going to take max of 1 and 2, right? So here I can see max of 1 and 2 is 2 only, right? So I am going to pick insert 2 here. Now we will move forward and we will try to find out for day 2 where my value is 3, right? So for 3, how can we calculate? So basically for 3 again I have two options. I can so suppose whatever I earned on the day 0, I can use that and plus the today's value, right? 3. So 1 plus 3 is 4, or else I can skip. So if I am going to skip, then I need to, my total earning will be 2 only, right? So again I am going to take the max of 3 plus 1 and 2. So in this case it will be 4, right? Okay, now move forward. Now how we can do for last day also, right? The last day my earning will be 1 if I rob that house. So again I have two options, right? I can skip whatever my earlier value, 4 means I will not rob this house because my total earning is 4. Else I can rob this house and I can consider this value, right? Minus 2 value. So minus 2 value was 2. So again it will be 2 plus 1. So it will be 3, right? So out of this 4 is larger. So we will going to consider 4 and then we can return it, right? So in this approach we can solve it. So let's write code for the same using Java. After that, we will try to find out some optimized approach also. But let's try to see the dynamic. Okay, so what I will do, I am going to take one array. Probably let us name it as sum only, and array size will be the nums.length. Okay, so it should be new int nums.length. And before that, we should consider some boundary condition that if my nums equals to null or nums.length is equals to 0, in that case we can return 0, right? We don't need to do anything. Apart from that, we can now let's write the actual implementation. So I know that for the day 0 or house 0, sorry, for the house 0 I have only one option, right? I can sort, or if my nums length is 1, that means I have only one value in that array, then I have no option, right? I need to rob that house to gain the maximum profit. Okay, so it should be sum 0 should be equals to nums 0. Okay, now what next? So now I need to calculate for sum 1 also, right? Because whenever I will calculating for the subsequent value, then I can do n minus I minus 2, right? But for the first two value, we need to pre-calculate it. Okay, so let's do that. So it should be sum 1 should be nums it should be math.max, and again it should be nums 0 or nums 1. Okay, so for the second house also I have two options, either I can rob or I can skip, but there is nothing to add here, right? So we will pre-compute these two values, sum 1 and sum 0. Okay, now once we are done, now for the rest of the array element we can make one generalized formula, and you can calculate it very easily. Okay, so let's run one for loop now. So it should be int I equals to, since we already consider 0 and 1, so we are going to start it from 2 only, right? And then it will run till I less than nums dot length and I plus plus. Okay, so now what next? Now I need to check, calculate it for that particular day, right? Suppose I need to calculate for this house, right? So I have two options. I can skip whatever I have earlier, I will keep that means the previous value, or I can take the I minus 2 value and I can add the current 2 days money also, right? So then we can take the maximum one. Okay, so let's write that. So it should be sum, then it should be I, and this formula will be generalized for the rest of the elements, array elements. Okay, so it should be math.max, and we are going to take the maximum value of sum I minus 1, that means the previous value. I am not going to rob this house, or I can rob this house and I can take the I minus 2 value also, right? Since we can, the difference should be at least 1. So it should be sum I minus 2 plus today's value, right? That is nums this house value, right? Nums I. Okay, I think that's pretty much. And whatever the max, we are going to take that, and after that we can return, right? We can return from here that if, sorry, it should be return, and we are going to return the last value, right? So in the last position of the array, sum array, we will have the maximum value, right? So it should be return and sum, and it should be sum dot length minus 1. I think that's pretty much. And I think I need to consider another scenario. Suppose it has only one value, then we need to return the 0th value, right? So let's add another condition here. So if nums dot length greater than 1, then we are going to do this, right? Else there is no need of 2. Okay, so basically it's for avoiding some edge cases. So suppose you have only one value, right? Like only one, then we don't need to calculate the second one, right? So we can directly return it here. So now let's run the code and check whether it's accepted or. Okay, let's quickly fix this. It should be, and yeah, I think it's giving us the expected answer. Let's submit also. Okay, I think our solution is accepted. Okay, so let's try to analyze the code, and we will going to try to analyze the space and time complexity also here, right? So why we are saying this dynamic program? Because we are calculating the result of that particular subproblem for the particular house, and then we are reusing that subproblem solution to calculate the larger problem set, right? So yes, so for the first house, I know this is my maximum profit. For the second house, I know this is my maximum profit. I don't need to recalculate, right? For the third house, I can know that I can reuse these two solutions, right? So that this approach is known as dynamic programming, right? And in case of time and space complexity, we can see that we are running one for loop till the nums.length value. So obviously the time complexity will be order of n. And in case of space complexity, again we are using extra array named sum. Then its length is also order of n, because we are using nums.length size. So again the space complexity will be order of n only. So both time and space for this approach is order of n. So can we optimize this solution? Can we solve this problem probably in constant space complexity? So yeah, I think we can solve it. So let's try to see another approach. So what we can do, we can basically, so since I know that I need to consider 1 day difference, right? That means somehow we can use the odd even logic, right? So if I found that my particular day is odd day, then I am going to take at that value, right? Means the same logic, skip, or I should pick, or I should drop. Okay, so let's try to write the logic for the same also using odd even. That will give you much better understanding, right? So for this case, we are going to take two variable, probably odd sum, and initially it will be 0, and I am going to take the another one, the even sum, right? Again it will be initially 0. Now I don't need any extra array to store the value. I can directly run one for loop, so it will start from 0 and it will run till num.length. So obviously time complexity will be order of n, but we are optimizing the space complexity one, okay? And it should, we are going to increment I then. Now what else? So I will check that is my particular day is even or odd, right? So I can do that if I %2 equals to 0. So this is even day, right? So I know that for this day I can add the value with the previous even value, or I can skip it and I can take the odd value, and then I can take the maximum one, right? So let's write that. So it should be I %2 equals to 0. That means it's the even. So my even sum will be updated. So my even sum will be earlier even sum value plus for this particular house value, right? So it should be nums I. Okay. What else? And then we need to recalculate the even sum. So I am going to take the math.max and we are going to consider even sum or whatever my earlier pre-calculated odd sum. So it will not be applicable for the first position, but it will be applicable for this third position or the 2 position, right? So 2 index, okay. Now what else? So similarly we need to do it for the odd sum also. If my particular house index is odd, then I am going to consider my previous odd value plus the current value, right? Current house value, right? Now what else? Again similarly I need to calculate, we need to take the maximum value, right? Wherever I am gaining maximum money, I need to consider that only, right? So it should be math.max, and again we are going to take the max of odd sum or the even one, right? Okay, and once we are done, we can return it, right? Return math.max of odd sum or, okay. So let's try to compile the code and check whether it's accepted. Okay, it should be outside the for loop. Let's try to compile it once again. Okay, I think it's compiling successfully and it's giving us the expected answer. So let's quickly submit it and check whether it's accepted or not. Okay, I think our solution is accepted. Okay, so let's try to analyze the code, what we are doing here, and then we will again try to see that the space complexity and time complexity. Okay, so what we are doing here, so suppose this is my example, right? So in this case our answer should be 4. That means we should pick this one and this one, right? We should drop these two houses to gain the maximum profit. Okay, so what we are doing here, even day, right? So my even sum will be 2. Basically we are using two very even and odd, right? This is my odd day. So I have again two options. I can use this value. That means if I going to use this value, then I will not be able to rob this house, right? Because the difference would be -1. Difference would be 1, right? So I can skip. So if I skip, my value, my rob amount will be 2, and if I am not skipping, then it should be 0 plus 1, that is 1, right? So where I am gaining maximum profit, obviously if I choose 2. If I skip, then in that case my profit will be maximum. So its value will be again odd value will be 2 here. Now again I will come back to even, and here I know my even earlier value is 2. That means for this particular house I have two options. I can use my whatever I calculated earlier for the even value, since the difference is 1, and plus plus the value for this particular house, or else I can skip. So if I skip, my value will be 2, and if I consider the even one, so it should be 2 plus 1. Obviously it should be 3, right? So we are going to use 3. Again for the last day I have two options, right? Since it's odd, right? So my earlier odd value was 2, right? Earlier odd value was 2, plus I can add for value for this particular house, right? So it should be 2 plus 2, 4, or I can skip. So if I skip, my value will be 3. So what is the maximum between 4 and 3? 4 is the maximum, right? So we can return 4. I think, and if you use this approach, we are not using any extra array. So we are always using two variables irrespective of the num's length. So here the space complexity will be order of 1. I think these are the two approaches using which we can solve it. I think other approach can be, so suppose if you look about the dynamic programming approach, instead of taking some variable, we can reuse the num variable, right, itself. So if I do that, then for that approach also my time and space complexity will be order of n, but space will be constant. I think that's pretty much for this video. If you like this video, please subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.